Hi there, I'm Coach Kenneth, and in this video, I'm going to be talking to you about 8 months of silence, but now 3 years later, we are married. So today, we have got a success story from a couple that was broken up for quite a while, but now they are together, they're happy, and they're married, which is what most of you guys are hoping for. Another chance to repair things, get back with your ex, and make things even better than they ever were before. And that is what we're trying to help you guys do. Many of you guys get so stuck on the idea of no contact that you don't get past it. You don't get past the stalking and the obsession and the wondering about if they're going to come back to actually focus on the skills and the things that you need to do to get them back. You have to look at it like a journey with a partner that you're going to be going on a journey together. You know, it's not just a destination of like, oh, we're going to meet up and that's the ending, right? You don't just get back together and then you're happy together forever. You have to make it work. Why didn't the relationship last? Now, people say an ex is an ex for a reason, which I think is ridiculous. There are so many reasons people break up, but there's a lot of reasons why people can repair it and get back together. But you have to be accountable for yourself, who you were, and how you're going to be if you're going to turn things around. So in this video, you're going to see a couple of major mistakes that this guy made that cost him this relationship that I talk about often, and where they're at and how things are going. So I think this will be helpful for you guys because you're convinced, oh, I haven't heard from my ex in 3 months. I get it. I've been there. I lived it. It feels like an eternity, but I've been doing this for a long time. And when you do what you're supposed to do, which is heal in no contact, heal your attachment issues, address the issues that you were doing in the relationship. Nobody's perfect. And maybe you were the better partner in the relationship. Well, that's great, but there's still always room to learn and grow. But you got to take an honest look at yourself and what you're going to do differently to create a healthier connection with that person if they come back or anyone else in the future. So let's get into this email. They are from Bangladesh. You know, the amazing thing about what we do here is we talk to people all around the world. And it doesn't matter where you live in the world. Many of the relationship struggles that we have are the same. It doesn't matter where you're from. A lot of times it doesn't even matter your age or your religious background. Now, of course, those things can be nuanced and issues to every situation and making it unique, but many of the struggles that we have are universal. So they said, "Hi, Coach. I've been following you since the pandemic. My 7-year relationship broke up in the summer of 2020. That's when I found you on YouTube. In that relationship, I was toxic, dominating, and self-obsessed. I will always behave like a quote-unquote alpha male, and my attitude towards her was rude and rough." Now, I think there's a lot of confusion about what an alpha male actually is. And there's a lot of really toxic stuff out there. To me, the alpha male is the most caring of people, the one that is genuine and sincere and authentic. They're not trying to be a bully, right? That is not how human beings see an alpha. Maybe that's how it works with wolves, but it's not going to work like that with human beings. We are looking for somebody that's attentive, emotionally attuned, they're caring, they care about other people. That is a true alpha. Okay, you're not just a selfish person. Okay, the way he's describing himself, I think it's delusional to think you're an alpha when you're toxic, dominating, and self-obsessed. Oh yeah, how'd that work out for you? Well, you got dumped by the woman you loved. And it was a very painful awakening, I'm sure, which happens to many of you guys. Don't let this toxic advice out there twist your mind, okay? You have a lot of people that make men look horrible, and you have a lot of people that make women look horrible. And I don't think it's like about gender. I think it's about attachment wounds. I think it's about trauma. And the more neglect and trauma that we experience growing up, the less love we're given, the more we're going to do these toxic, selfish, manipulative things because we don't know what a healthy relationship looks like. So to me, it's more about how the person was treated growing up and the character that they have as opposed to being a man and a woman. So he goes on to say, when the breakup happened, I was completely shocked because I had taken her for granted. Imagine, he was this disconnected from himself at the time, that he was rude, he had an attitude, and he was rough, and took her for granted, and yet was shocked when she left. And this is one of the big issues that people have. These are one of the two major issues that everybody needs to think about. Taking someone for granted and thinking that they'll never leave, okay? Because the next line is, I thought she would never leave me. Guys, I don't care what someone's current interest level is. If it's crazy high, it can change. If it's low, it can change. I see a lot of people make this delusional mistake that I can treat somebody so poorly forever because they've had a high interest level. No, eventually, if you continue to treat somebody poorly, their interest level is going to change and they're going to break up with you. This is why I always tell you guys, never take someone for granted. Always be appreciative that you have them. I'm sure many of you listening right now are kicking yourself thinking, I wish I had been more appreciative. Or thinking, I did think they never were going to leave me. I became depressed immediately. Sure, that he was filled with guilt, right? I started searching for coaches on YouTube, how to get my ex back, how to get my ex back in 30 days, and so on. I found many of them. They were funny and entertaining, but honestly, they were fooling people. Yeah, there is a lot of terrible stuff out there, guys. I take great pride in what we do here. Obviously, bringing Margaret on board when I did, there was actually quite a bit of pushback on the channel for me bringing Margaret on board. And people didn't like that I did that at first. But as they started listening, they realized why I did that. So we know what we're doing here. We're very genuine and authentic in trying to help you and to balance trying to understand how to get an ex back, but also, learning the skills to grow and to heal. And if they don't come back, you are blowing away all the other people that you're interested in. He goes on to say, a few months later, I fully realized that she was gone. She had blocked me almost everywhere, and there was no way to reach her. Okay, remember, 8 months of this, you can imagine, how devastating that feels. I couldn't sleep or eat properly. At the time, my body weight was about 244 pounds. Luckily, I found you and Coach Margaret. You both always guided us by saying there is no time limit for no contact. But it's also about what you're doing in that time. Those of you that are spending 30 minutes a day on the workbooks or the creative healing course, you are spending that time on growth. Think about that at the end of the week, how much time that is. That's like 3.5 hours, 4 hours of personal growth. Think about that at the end of a month. At the end of 3 months, that is a massive difference than people that are just going and seeing if their ex is on WhatsApp or if they've posted on Instagram or Facebook. I get it. I felt all those things before, but they get you nowhere. After disturbing her for 2 months, I finally started no contact and also joined a gym. After about 5 months of no contact, my body weight dropped from 240 pounds or 244 pounds to 151 pounds. That's incredible. That is a massive transformation. I became confident, bold, good-looking, smart, calm, and respected by friends and relatives who once laughed at me after my breakup. I strictly followed the no contact rule and kept improving myself, my behavior, attitude, and personality. I used to stalk her every day, But after 6 months, I started to feel normal. I was moving forward in life and slowly moving on from that 7-year relationship. Then, after 8.5 months since the breakup, something miraculous happened. On Valentine's Day at 5 p.m., she called me. I was shocked. I told her I was busy at work and I would call her later. Okay, so that's good. I gave him a little bit to regroup, to center himself. You know, if your ex just calls you out of nowhere and you answer, you're probably going to panic and you're going to be like in a fog. You're going to be like in a cloud and you're not going to be ready for that call. So I would not advise it unless you're really prepared for it. I'd give yourself some time to settle down, think about what you're going to say or not say, or how you're going to handle it. I didn't give her any chance to see how much I had suffered. And you always teach us, control your emotions and improve yourself every day. After that, she started flirting with me and calling me frequently. We became friends again. I started understanding her feelings and thoughts just as you always taught. Finally, in the summer, we got back into a relationship. After being together for another year, we got married in February of 2024. Now, she's my wife. By the grace of Almighty Allah, in December of 2025, we were blessed with our first child, our baby boy. In February of 2026, we happily celebrated our second wedding anniversary. Now, everything is so beautiful. Every night when I go to bed, I remember you both. I love you, Coach. Love you, Margaret. Thank you, guys. That's really great to hear. It was almost 8 months of no contact, 1.5 years of rebuilding connection, and 1 year of relationship before marriage. I completely followed your guidance and got my ex back. What an incredible journey he went on, and he did the work, guys. You can see it, and he's probably still watching the videos, even though he's been married for 2 years now. You know, because he's thinking about us, reminding himself of us, and that probably helps center himself, makes him appreciate being with her and not going back to those old behaviors of, you know, taking someone for granted or thinking they're never going to leave. You know, this is an incredible story, and I'm so glad he could share it. I wonder if he named his son after me. I mean, I think I deserve it, right? I'm kidding, of course. Somebody actually did name their son Kenneth as his middle name after me, which was an incredible honor. I actually shared that on my Instagram a while back. But we really love to hear success stories like this, and we hope that you get one way or another. You may not get your ex back. Some people don't get that opportunity. But look at what happened here. He was in no contact for a long time. No access to her, had been blocked, and thought she was never coming back. But what did he do? He was in the gym. He was working out. He was watching the videos. He was focused on personal growth. And then all of a sudden she comes back and he's ready. That's what I want for you guys. If you're sitting there stalking your ex, obsessing about what they're doing on WhatsApp or what they're posting or not posting, or if they're going to come back versus when they're going to come back, it's not going to keep you in a healthy place. Stay focused on your goals. Blow them away. Over-prepare. It's the best thing that you can do. If they don't come back, you're still going to take all that personal growth and bring it forward in your life with your friends, with your family, with your colleague, with your workers, with people that you date in the future. That's what I love about what we teach, is that this stuff truly changes your life forever and helps with your mental health. And that's why we have people watching the channel for 7 years. It's not corny, get your ex back lies and nonsense that a lot of people say or do. It's authentic. It's about mental health. It's about having healthy relationships. It's about appreciating the people that you love and showing them with the correct actions to have a healthy connection with them. There's so much that we do. That's why we never run out of content, is because we're always looking for new ways to share things. And when we have a great success story, that's another way to share the growth and how it can pay off. So I hope you enjoyed this one. I know I did. Got a little choked up for a second there. If you'd like to get my help personally, you could do that on my website, askcraig.net. I do email coaching and I do Zoom calls. You could also get my creative healing course and my workbooks there. That's it for this video. I'm Coach Craig Kenneth, and I will talk with you soon.